Welcome to Whippoorwill Holler. I'm Miss Lori and this is Mr. Brown. We live in the hills of Arkansas. We love the Lord. Keepers of the old way, but accept some of the new. We love to cook and we love to eat. We love to garden. It's in our blood. It's how we stay sustainable and fill our pantry. We do a lot of canning and preserving. We live a sustainable life. We love our family. We work hard. And every once in a while, we like to dance. So y'all join us. Keep them fires stoked, y'all. Baby, it's cold outside. Well, it's a snowing, y'all. Finally got some snow. Let's make some good, healthy peanut butter. Maybe 3 ingredients, it just depends. I'll be using 2 ingredients. Very healthy for you. No preservatives. Tastes delicious, and you can use it in any recipe or just make you a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, whichever you want. But it's going to be so good and so easy. So let's make some homemade peanut butter. Okay, we're just going to use, I'm going to try to do it in my small one. I've got a bigger food processor and I've got a big blender too, but I'm going to try to make it in a small one. I've just got 2 cups. Got 2 cups of dry roasted peanuts, no skins. Now you can do no salt, just dry roasted, no salt. A lot of people do half and half. They'll do half salted peanuts, half non-salted, or just buy no salt, dry roasted peanuts, and add your own pinch or 2 of sea salt in there. It's just up to you. But I had a big thing of dry roasted salted peanuts, and I'm needing some peanut butter, so we're going to make us some up. I'm also going to add probably anywhere from a teaspoon to a tablespoon of honey. But first I'm going to process this just a little bit before I add my honey. Okay, now you see how it's going to start to clump up and maybe even turn into a ball before it starts getting smooth. But what I want to do is find something to scrape the sides down a little bit. I'm going to continue. It could take anywhere from 8 to 10 minutes. The oils are starting to release a little bit. I'm going to put some honey, about a tablespoon. And mix again. Okay, the peanut butter is not quite spreadable yet, and it's still just a little bit grainy. It's still got several minutes to process. If you don't feel like there's enough oil in there, add you just a little bit of oil, whatever you prefer, neutral oil. You can add you some coconut oil, some avocado oil. I'm going to grab just a little bit just to help it out just a little, but it's not necessary. I like to use an avocado oil because it's a neutral oil. It doesn't have, it's not going to leave an aftertaste. So I'm just going to drizzle just a little bit. And then we're going to put our lid back on and continue to process. Okay, this has been mixing on and off for about, 8 minutes. And you can see the texture of it now. Now, if you want crunchy peanut butter, go ahead and mix it to this consistency. And then right at the last, add you some extra peanuts in here. Not a whole lot, just enough. Maybe a 1/4 cup. Add it to your 2 cups of already blended peanut butter. And then kind of just pulse it till you get those little bits the way you want it. Now, what I'm going to do, now if you've got one of them really good Vitamix or whatever that really gets with it, most people don't. They just have little processors. So this is the consistency after about 8 minutes. I think I'm going to go for just a little bit smoother. You don't have to, but let's try it and see how much smoother it'll get at about 10 minutes. Okay, I think I've got my peanut butter to the consistency that I want. These make the best peanut butter balls too because of the consistency of it. But you can see, you can spread it. And I'm going to eat it. I put a tablespoon of honey in here, but I tasted it and I added another teaspoon. So you need to taste it if you're going to add honey or maple syrup to it. Good peanut butter. That was a big bite of peanut butter, y'all. This is good because my mouth's sticking together. This is good because you can buy a big thing of dry roasted peanuts, salted or unsalted or both. And if you don't open the jar, it'll stay shelf stable for a while. But if you open a big thing and you're just wanting to make a little bit of peanut butter at a time, like I did, the 2 cups. You can do 1 cup if you want to. Vacuum seal them. Put them in vacuum sealed bags. Put the amount you want in each little bag and vacuum seal them. Either throw them in your freezer like you would pecans or walnuts, or vacuum seal them and just put them up on the shelf. You'll have them for a while, and you'll have fresh peanut butter whenever you want it. It's about that easy. So you can store this peanut butter any way that you prefer. If you want to put it in a mason jar, a little mason jar or something, put the lid on, put it in the refrigerator. Now this has to stay in the refrigerator because it will go rancid if you make it and just stick on your shelf. But in the refrigerator, it's going to last a good couple of weeks, if not more. But if you use peanut butter a lot, or you eat it a lot, make a lot of sandwiches, you'll use it up pretty quick. I'm just going to put mine in a little container like this. If your peanut butter seems too thick when you're mixing it, just add a little bit more oil on it to it, but don't add too much oil or you will, well, it'll stay creamier that way. And you know, when you open your jar up, just to stir that oil, just like you would any organic good peanut butter. There's always a little layer of oil on top that you have to mix down. So the more oil you put in it, the creamier it's going to be. But this is creamy enough for me. And when I want some or know that I'm going to be using it, like if I know the next day I'm going to be making a recipe or I'm on a peanut butter sandwich, I'll take it out of the refrigerator and let it get to room temperature for just a little bit. And then when I'm done with it, I stick it right back in the refrigerator. So it's just another healthier way to feed your family. Homemade peanut butter. Okay, now that we got some peanut butter made, let's make some peanut butter cookies. Now these are actually called peanut butter biscuits, I believe. We'll look here just a minute. But we're going to be looking into this cookbook. This is called A Good Spread, and this was gifted to me. I love this recipe book. It's recipes from the kitchens of rural women in New Zealand. And this is a really nice book. It's got a lot of good recipes in it. This right here, yep, peanut butter biscuits. But to us, that's peanut butter cookies. So we're going to be making it. This is not going to make a big batch. So this is a good recipe for cooking for two. Because it's not going to make a whole lot of cookies. You can make big cookies or you can make smaller cookies, whichever one. So, all you're going to need is butter and sugar and brown sugar, 1 egg, 2 tablespoons of your peanut butter, 1 cup of flour, baking powder, and soda, and that's it. So let's get our butter and our sugars mixed up good. Then we'll add our egg and our peanut butter. Then we'll put our dry ingredients in, and we'll make us some peanut butter biscuits. Or here in the South, here in the U.S., it's peanut butter cookies. Okay, we're going to need a 1/2 cup of softened butter. You don't want to melt it. You just want it room temperature, softened really good. That way you can mix your sugars in it pretty easy. Now you can do this with a hand mixer if you want to. I'm just going to try to do it by hand. We're going to add our 1/3 cup of brown sugar and our 1/3 cup of white sugar. And if you want to, you can use a sugar substitute for this. And remember that my peanut butter has a little bit of honey in it too. We're going to add 1 egg. We're going to add 2 tablespoons. Let's see, what I did with my tablespoon? That's not it. We're going to add 2 tablespoons of peanut butter. So this is the peanut butter that I just made. And we're just going to mix it up really good. Now, like I said, your peanut butter, the longer that you mix it in your mixer, and if you got a more powerful mixer, it's even better. And a little bit more oil, you're going to get a smoother peanut butter. And some of y'all may want to add maple syrup to it instead of honey. So you just want to mix this up really good so it's all combined really well. Get that peanut butter combined really good with your sugar and your eggs and stuff. And this will be a lot easier with a hand mixer. But you know me, I gotta do it the hard way sometimes. It's not that it's hard, but it'd go a lot faster if it was done with a hand mixer, that's for sure. Okay. Now you could sift your flour and your baking soda and your baking powder together. I'm just going to throw it all in there. I need a cup of flour. So there's a half a cup. There's half a cup. And I need a half a teaspoon if I can find it. I need a half a teaspoon of my baking soda. Now my peanuts had salt in them, but this recipe doesn't call for salt either, so. And I need a half a cup, or not a half a cup, but a half a teaspoon of baking powder. Baking soda and baking powder. No salt. So that's all your ingredients right there. That fast, that easy. So we're just going to mix this all up till it all comes together. And it don't take no time that your cookie batter is together. And it smells really good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get me my cookie sheet. I'm going to put some parchment paper on it. And then we'll drop our cookies on our parchment paper and bake us some cookies. 350 oven, probably about 8 to 10 minutes. So let me get my cookie sheet ready. I'm going to scoop my cookies. If you wanted to, you could put this dough in the refrigerator, let them chill a little bit, then you could take them out and roll them in balls. I'm using my cookie scoop. This is a 2-inch. So these are going to be pretty good sized cookies. And I'm just going to take a fork. And I'm just going to, whoops. Well, you can put your fork in sugar. I just didn't want to add any more sugar to it. So anyways, just kind of press them down a little bit. Just like that. And these are going to be your peanut butter biscuits. Like I said, you can sprinkle the tops with a little bit of sugar, but I don't want to put any more sugar on them. So we're going to put these on 350 oven for about 8 to 10 minutes. And see how they turn out. Okay, our cookies are done. This is the first batch. And like I said, I make big cookies, so but these turned out really good. They're flat, but that's the way I like them. And it took about 10 minutes for this size to cook in my convection oven at 350. They smell so good. I haven't tried one yet. But we're going to get these off here, and then I'm going to put the rest of my dough and get them cooked. You know, I have a feeling that these are going to be just perfect because that homemade peanut butter for one thing, and you don't have to use homemade peanut butter. You use whatever peanut butter you got. But a third cup of sugar and a third cup of brown sugar, and it's not going to be too sweet, is what I'm saying, because the homemade peanut butter had honey in it, didn't have sugar in it or corn syrup or anything like that. So that's what I'm trying to get at. But you can double this recipe for sure. You can even triple it if you want to. But these are smelling good. So I'm going to get the rest of my dough on here. I don't think it's going to make very many more, but this is just perfect for me, Mr. Brown. And if I was going to take them somewhere or give them to the grandkids or something, I'd have to make a double batch for sure. But they would like them this size too. So this would be good with a good old cup of cold milk. So we got all of our cookies done. And these, they turned out wonderful, really. You see how brown the bottom is? It took about 10 minutes. These are 2-inch scoop cookies is what they are. It took 10 minutes at 350. But the bottoms are crispy, and then the middle is kind of ooey gooey. So to me, that's just a perfect cookie. And it made 10 of this size cookies. So if you're going to use this recipe, you know, to feed a bunch of kids or something, you'll have to double it at least, or triple it. But these are really nice cookies. We got snow coming in. Don't really know how much snow we're going to get yet. And a lot of times with snow, even heavy wet snow, sometimes the electricity goes out. So I'm cleaning my lamps, filling them up, getting them ready. Okay, here is my big one. It's just sitting here in the kitchen. And of course you can turn the light up or turn it down. However much light you might need. Now back here in the back, I've got one. Look at my dirty pantry. I've got one that hangs right here in the pantry that I can light. Then there's one right here over my sink. So if the lights are out and I need to boil some water and wash some dishes like I need to do right now, I've got a light right here, a lamp. And I would light all of them, but there's no reason for it. But it would put plenty of light out for me to do dishes over here in this corner, that's for sure. And then I'll show you over here. This is one by Danny's chair, and this is one of those wall lanterns. And what it is, this little round metal piece, it reflects that light, so it puts a little bit more light out. Now I've got this turned down pretty low, so he could turn it up a little bit higher and might get a little bit more light right here to where he could maybe read or something. This little bitty one right here is another flea market find, and I've got several of these little bitty ones that I collect. And this is one that I would probably light. And if I need to go to, and of course I do have a lantern in my bedroom too. I've got one of them wall lanterns in there. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I've got 4 of them. One's in the bedroom. But anyways, I got several of these that I can light and take into the bathroom or something like that with me, that I don't need a big lantern, just something to where I can walk around. But these big ones like this I get at the flea markets. And this one's really, really heavy. But they work. So I have several of these too. I have candles, and I have the, what they call the 7-day candles that just burn and burn and burn and burn for hours upon hours. And if I can find that link, I'll put it down below in my Amazon shop. I also have tons of batteries for different lamps and, of course, flashlights and stuff like that. And during the day, you don't really need all this. That's why we put up a skylight in the kitchen. Because during the day, I can come in here when there's no electricity. And, of course, I can cook or do whatever needs to be done. And we get quite a bit of light in here. But at night, like right now, when things start getting dark in the house, you need a little bit of lamp going on.
Well, it's still snowing up here in northern Arkansas. We've got, I hadn't measured it yet, but we got about 6 inches, all we've got right now. I know down south of us, I think they're getting around 10 inches. It feels like it's going to pack tight too. Fixing to go let the chickens out. We still got a light on in here in the pump house. Yeah. Chickens probably ain't gonna want out in that snow. Deep enough it's catching on the door. Heard the rooster cackling in there. I bet they don't get out in the snow. I'll have to bring them some water and put up inside here. They got water right there. I got a little heated bowl, but use electric dog water. What are you doing, Hanky? Huh? You been standing out there, you got a little bit wet? You never seen a snow before, I don't think. You might have when you was a pup last winter. Hank's just a little over a year old. Let Lori, there he goes. He wants Lori to, he says, what's this up here on the front? He usually goes up there and gets in the door and wants in to go let Lori pet him for a few minutes. He's got to do, where he wants to do that every time. But I've got a tarp up there in front of the front door. I can take it down and walk out. Got a tarp up there, just help keep the snow right away from the front door, and it's working out pretty good. It's heavy snow, it's gonna be heavy getting it off there when time comes. Birds eating about 2 big pound coffee cans a day right now. Walk down this way, down toward the pond. Of course, the pond got full of water. We got a lot of rain, and then it got cold, and it iced over. Now it's getting snow on top of the ice. Looks like Hank's liking running out in the snow, ain't he? About fell down. Winter Wonderland, Whippoorwill Holler. I didn't go duck hunting this morning. I wanted to. Decided I wouldn't go out and stay out in the snow and hunt this morning. What are you doing, Hank? Huh? You like that snow? Huh?
So we're going to try one. We haven't tried one yet. Mr. Brown's not in the house yet. He's busy outside, so. But you see the texture of the cookie. The second batch I didn't push down with the fork. There was no reason for it, really. See how the middle's just kind of soft, but you got that crunchy on the bottom. Those are so good. And with that homemade peanut butter, it's even better. Now, I know there's hundreds of peanut butter cookie recipes out there. It's one of the easiest cookies you can make. But this was out of a special cookbook that was sent to me. Hang on a minute. It's called A Good Spread. Recipes from the kitchens of rural women from New Zealand. You might find this book from Thrift Books, Amazon, not sure. But it was gifted to me, and I really love looking through it. But these are really, really, really good cookies, y'all. Of course, I love peanut butter, but these are so delicious. So I hope y'all try this recipe. And I hope y'all try making y'all some homemade peanut butter. I mean, those of us that love peanut butter, there's a lot of people that don't. Once you make your own, you'll never buy store-bought again. Plus, it doesn't have all them preservatives in it, and you can sweeten it with honey or maple syrup, and you can use a sugar substitute instead of the regular sugar and brown sugar like Truvia and stuff like that. But these cookies are just the right consistency to me, so I hope y'all try them. And I loved cooking out of this book. I'm going to cook some more out of this book probably. So I hope y'all like this recipe. I want to thank everybody. I know it's past Christmas, but y'all know I've been getting gifts and Christmas cards still coming in. The Postal Service has been, I guess, backed up and behind. So I really appreciate all the cards and gifts, and it just blesses our heart when we go to the post office or the mailbox, and we've always got this, a little package in there, a little gift or card or a letter or something from somebody. It just makes our day. But I also want to tell y'all that, we're thinking about these bad fires in California. We pray and pray and pray for everybody's safety. This is a horrible, horrible thing. We've just had disasters after disasters, and it takes people's lives. It takes their livelihood, and it destroys towns and cities. So we pray for everybody, and we hope for the best for everybody, that they stay safe, that our firefighters and policemen and our rescuers and everybody out there, please stay safe. And we pray for you too, and for all the families that are disrupted by all this. So I'm going to get off here, and I'm going to finish my daily stuff that I've got to get done today. And I'll see y'all in a few days. So y'all be safe. I'm going to enjoy the snow a little bit, stay inside, and work on my new cookbook. So God bless everybody. We love y'all.